Right off the top here, let's take a live look at the White House. President Biden and Vice President Harris are about to give a briefing on preparations for Hurricane Milton. We'll bring that to you right here on CBS News 24/7. Now look at these live pictures from EarthCam showing Tampa, Florida, where we're just beginning to see the outer banks of Milton impacting the state. And while it was making its way across the Gulf of Mexico, mass evacuations clogged state highways, and those bracing the storm prepared heavily. Governor Ron DeSantis had a warning for all Floridians this morning. Take a listen.
So now we're bearing down to where the storm is going to arrive within the next 24 hours. You still have time to evacuate if you are in an evacuation zone, particularly if you're in Manatee, Sarasota, Charlotte, those areas. I mean, this track can bounce around. It's not guaranteed it's going to hit there. A lot of the solutions have it going there. You have time to do that. Now, conditions aren't going to be great today. I would say that the roads and the interstates, they are flowing. We've waived tolls. We've done all that so people can do. But the best option would probably be just to evacuate within your own county to one of the shelters. All those counties have multiple shelters that are open. There's a lot of space in those shelters right now, and certainly it would be safe to do a very short evacuation, tens of miles, rather than get on the interstate and go.
Now, keep in mind, this is all happening less than 2 weeks after Hurricane Helene ravaged that very same area. In Treasure Island, nearly 9 miles west of St. Petersburg, debris and destruction still left in the wake of Helene. 4 people were killed here, in part because first responders just couldn't get to them during the storm. Police have closed the bridges to enter the city and other barrier island communities. Now, people can still leave at this hour, and officials urge them to do so. And just folks still have time because this thing isn't expected to hit for another several hours, right?
They need to get going now. And the reason why I say that is because we're already starting to see tornadic activity throughout the state of Florida. We're already starting to see heavy downpour just into those communities just south of Tampa. That's where it's expected to hit later tonight, early tomorrow morning as it sweeps its way throughout the peninsula. Current sustained winds around 145 miles per hour, putting it at a Category 4 status. This has been an impressive storm for a couple of reasons. First things first, it went from a Category 1 to a Category 5 with just 18 hours. Besides that, we're also keeping a close eye on it because it's the only Atlantic Category 5 to actually have that southeast motion. So let's change topics real fast. Joining us to talk more hurricane news is CBS News meteorologist Rob Marciano, live from Tampa, where, oh my gosh, it's already starting to look so breezy and so gusty out there. Rob, what does it feel like right now just along that shoreline?
Well, Jess, I mean, look, I'll give you some ground truth as to what you just said. Conditions are deteriorating. You mentioned those tornadoes just to the south of the Tampa Bay area. They continue. Dramatic video coming out of there and likely some damage as well. And, you know, the governor saying a short time ago, and, you know, it won't be too bad if you get out soon, but it is going down in a hurry. Rain already coming down sideways. The Bay, Tampa Bay, which was really glassy last night, it is already agitated, and these squalls that are coming in, very consistent, and they're only going to increase as we get closer to the storm arrival, which right now, as you know, it's come up a couple of hours, so maybe 9, 10, 11 o'clock, midnight, right around then. It's coming in a hurry, and folks are preparing. It does look like the worst surge may very well be south of Tampa, but as you know, we still have time for some error in that path. So folks in Tampa are very wary about a significant surge, for sure.
Well, of course, we're talking about storm surge being the #1 concern just along that coastal community. We're watching that track now shift just a little bit south, closer to Boca Grande, all the way into Sarasota. And as that happens, what do you think it's going to look like for our friends just near Tampa Bay, where you're at right now?
Well, so we are on the western part of Tampa Bay, so we're going to get consistent east and northeast winds. And actually, as if the storm does pass us to the south, we'll continue to get, the water's going to try to be pushed out of the bay at one point, but we're kind of in the way here. So this entire area will be flooded, even if it does miss us to the south. But the worst of the surge will be, Sarasota Bay, even down towards Fort Myers, Port Charlotte, every place south of here. So, maybe it misses Tampa by a few miles, but Tampa's miss is everybody else. Tampa's hoping it misses here, which, it's not going to miss entirely. Everybody else south of here just hopes it goes away, and it's just not going to do that. So we're in for it here for the next 12 to 18 hours for sure. Exactly.
We continue to keep a close eye on those community members anywhere from Boca Grande all the way down into community members like Fort Myers as well. It is a devastating storm. Thank you so much, Rob, for being out there. Stay safe and, of course, seek shelter when that time comes where that eye wall gets closer. Liz, I'm going to send it over to you.
All right, Jess, thanks so much. And nearby St. Petersburg, the streets are barren. This video shows Central Avenue, normally one of the busiest roads in the city, now empty. No one in sight, just boarded up businesses. And nearly 25 miles northeast, a similar scene in Tampa. That's where we find CBS News correspondent Jonathan Vigliotti. Good morning, Jonathan. Thank you so much for being with us. We know it's going to get worse. What can you tell us about what's happening there right now?
Yeah, good morning to you, Liz. This is just the beginning. We're starting to feel the outer bands of Milton. You've got some light rain. The wind is starting to pick up. This will get worse as we get into the afternoon hours. Around 9 o'clock this evening up to 2 a.m. tomorrow morning. That's the window where we're expecting landfall to happen. I can tell you, though, already with just this light rain, there is some piling of light water and flooding here because the storm drains here clogged from the remnants and the debris from Hurricane Milton, which hit here just 2 weeks ago. In fact, people were busy and in the process of cleaning up from that hurricane when they had to stop everything, drop everything, and evacuate. About 3 million people in this area under a mandatory evacuation. The mayor here in Tampa using very stark terms when describing the threat to life, saying, if you stay, you will die. So what are the threats? We've been talking about it all morning long. Storm surge, anywhere from 10 to possibly 15 feet of water. So what does that look like? You look behind me at some of the homes here along the water. The first story would be covered by that amount of water. Then, of course, Milton's going to bring a lot of rainfall, as much as 16 inches. That will lead to flash floods. Then 120 mile per hour sustained winds. So then you talk about the debris from Helene, because this is a unique threat here. We traveled yesterday throughout the community. We're talking piles and piles, thousands of them, of debris stacked up, in some cases 2 stories high. When you add that wind, you can imagine all of that debris being picked up and tossed around like deadly projectiles. The good news is a lot of people have heeded the warnings to evacuate. We saw Interstate 75 yesterday, the day before, bumper to bumper traffic as people are trying to get out. I spoke with one family. She traveled 16 hours from Tampa to Tallahassee, a drive that should have taken 4 hours. I spoke with another family stranded at the airport, Tampa International. It closed its doors yesterday. Orlando closing today. They were stranded. They were driving to Atlanta. A lot of people traveling great distances to escape this storm. We heard from Governor DeSantis saying there is still time. That window, though, is quickly closing. I would not feel safe driving around here in about 2 to 3 hours. The governor mentioning a very good point, though. If you can't make that long haul, there are evacuation sites throughout cities here on the West Coast to go to. Liz?
Yeah, there are options there, Jonathan. Have you seen anyone preparing to hunker down, refusing to leave their homes?
Yes, we have heard from families that are choosing to stay. In fact, one family to the south of us on Sanibel Island choosing to ride out this storm. They're choosing to do so based on what happened with Hurricane Helene, but that's a very different storm. I'll give you some perspective to that. Hurricane Helene hit about 200 miles north of us. It brought 7 feet of storm surge here. That destroyed many homes along the coastal communities. Sanibel Island, a barrier island. If you're staying there because of what happened with Hurricane Helene, you need to make up your mind now and evacuate, because this storm could bring 15 feet of storm surge, more than double what happened with Helene. That is not survivable. It's why the mayor here in Tampa, I don't think she's overstating it. If you stay in some of these low-lying areas, she says you will die. You certainly won't be able to get help for a very long time, Liz.